We are live. Okie dokie. Let me just find us live here. Greetings and salutations. I see me on YouTube. I see me on Facebook.
She's just waiting with her hands on her hips, just waiting. There you are.
She's just waiting. I want to see the. I'm just trying to get the chat so I can see what the chat says. And maybe see everybody's questions and such. Yes, Brian Baker, we are live on YouTube. And there's Jim McGregor. And who else we got going on there? Emilio, hey Emilio. We got Jess, we got Jim, we got Emilio, we got Brian, we got Derek. Hello, everybody. I'm extremely cold today. That's why I'm wearing my sweater here. It's air conditioned, so yeah, I'm a little chilly today. You guys will just have to forgive me. But we got a lot of things to get to today on today's live stream. We're gonna take your questions at the end or near the end of the show. So hold all your questions until we get to the end. I haven't shaved, so I look a little rough. We're going to talk about some stuff that was sent to me by the Canadian Maker Project. Show off here on the show today. We're going to talk about reSpool, and then we're going to get to your questions. Hey, there's Kevin joined.
It's Derek and Brian on YouTube.
Derek and Brian on YouTube. Brian, you think it's cold now? Wait until that thunderstorm rolls in. Yeah, well, I don't mind the cold. I'm from northern Manitoba. So. Cool sweater. Oh, thank you. That's my hoodie that comes all the way up and makes. Maybe I should just do a show with that on. Nobody wants to see me anyway. Hey, there's Cheryl C.
Stopping in quickly before heading to work. Oh.
Well, don't work too hard today, Cheryl. Mark Baker, hello, Richard, Frank, and group. Thank you, Cheryl. I will do my best to have a great show today. Alrighty, so we should probably. Oh, we got a couple minutes yet. So wait for a couple more people to come on.
Those actually sound quite a lot nicer than your other headphones.
Oh, hi, Frank. Well, the other headphones were 10 years old. Those are cheap $22 headphones. That I got at Princess Auto. I don't know what's underneath the sheet, so you guys will have to forgive me. That was brought in by Frank, and I have no idea what's going on with it or what it is, or I think I kind of know what it is, but Brian Baker, thank you very much. This should cover a double-double to warm you up. Thank you.
He's working 12-hour shifts right now.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. Well, thank you very much. Coffee would be good. I should have probably ran and got myself one today in my Darth Vader mug, but I did not.
May the caffeine be with you.
All right, let's run that intro. Hey, welcome to Coffee with Rich. I'm your host, Richard Cleveland, and this is our weekly live stream for the first layer, and I welcome you all. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about some stuff that came from ERRF. Well, actually, it came from Ron Madziak. I know I always butcher Madziak. There, I got it right. Ron Madziak from Canadian Maker Project sent us some stuff to show you guys. So I'm just going to switch over here to the upper screen, and what we have here first and foremost, of course, is an ERRF 2018 sticker, and this is the East Coast Rep Festival. That's what ERRF stands for. You've heard me talk about MRF, which is the Midwestern Rep Festival, which they have every year, and we're going to try and get down to one of these in upcoming years. Now let's go through the list of all of these maker coins that he collected and sent out to us to show you guys. So the first up is one from Folger Tech, and they've got quite a big coin here. Maker coins are something that is a rite of passage for any 3D printer or modeler. If you're trying to learn 3D modeling, this is kind of a rite of passage for you. Design your own maker coin, print it out, and trade them with other people that have maker coins. So that's pretty cool. So there's one from Folger Tech. The next one is from Prusa Research. There it is there, denoting the Mark III. And Joseph Prusa's done a fantastic job on making the Prusa machines. I don't own one personally. Maybe, maybe we can get Joseph to send us out one for review at some point. Next one we have is from Country 3D. They have a YouTube channel as well, and now I just got to find it here. Here it is. It's the little cowboy hat. You see? It's a little cowboy hat, and underneath is a maker coin that says K3D on it, standing for Country 3D, and that's actually quite a cute little cowboy hat. Now I can't use it because, of course, we're in Canada, and cowboy hats are kind of the thing here in Calgary, so we won't be putting that on our upcoming maker coins. But Country 3D has a YouTube channel. All the YouTube channels for all the ones that I have YouTube channels for will be listed in the description down below. So make sure you go check out some of these guys. Give them some love. Next we have one from Geek Tech, and they've got their own little green maker coin. You can see that they've put their logo right in there, and it's fairly decent sized coin. I like a coin about this size because in comparison you can see the difference. You see there? Quite a big difference. So that's actually kind of neat. And they have a YouTube channel as well. Next one comes from Martelin of 3DP Iceland. And now I got to find that one. That is this one here. You can see that it has the YouTube host's face on one side, and on the other it has his logo for 3DP Iceland, or 3DP Iceland. That's kind of a cool coin. It has a little stand, so you can stand it up on your desk if you want. That's kind of neat.
That is cool.
And it's completely hollow. It sounds like it's completely hollow. They have a YouTube channel as well, again, down in the description below. FunKing3D. This one's kind of neat because it's got a little happy face carved into it, along with FunKing3D. And it's a little shield, so this could easily be made into a magnet if you wanted to put some magnetic on the back and put that on your fridge or your filing cabinet or whatever. That's kind of a cool one. And next is from John and Ken. They have a YouTube channel, and that is this maker coin. What I like about this one, You can see they've got their name on that side, and then they've got a big old badger paw on the other side. Look at the detail on this. This is kind of neat on the side. It's kind of like a threading. So maybe this threads into something secret. Well, you never know. Next comes from James over at Print and Play. If you don't know who Print and Play is, this is a really cool maker coin. This is awesome because it's got his logo here, Print and Play, and then right here he's got a little Nintendo controller. I don't know how well you guys can, oh, there you go. If you put my finger behind it, you can see it. These guys are doing some pretty incredible things. James has created a desktop 3D printable arcade machine, which is very, very cool. I've started to print one out. We are going to build one on the show very soon. I'm going to get to talking to James here pretty soon and see if he can send me his latest iteration of the arcade machine. Somebody was just showing one off recently over on Uncle Jesse's channel. He actually got one from Print and Play, and I'm going to talk to these guys and see if I can actually get the STLs and make another arcade machine. So go check them out. They've got some great videos as well. Next is Chris Riley from Chris's Basement. Again, another big maker coin. Looks like a guy's falling down the stairs, but he's put a lot of thought into this and a lot of effort. There's some gears in there. The typeface is nice and crisp. It's very easy to see this logo. It's kind of cool. I really like it. The next one is a coin with Chinese characters from Dave. He's a friend of the channel. I'm assuming he's a friend of Canadian Maker Projects channel. And on this side, it's got some Chinese characters. And on this side, it has his name down at the bottom there. Hopefully that's coming out. Now, this is also done in 2 different colors of PLA. So he started with the green, and then he changed his PLA to the red afterwards. So that's kind of cool. I really like that. And the last but not least is the coin from Canadian Maker Projects. And that, of course, is Ron's. And if you haven't checked out Ron's channel, it is down in the description below. Go check out his channel, Canadian Maker Projects. Give him some love. Give him a subscribe as well. And he did a really nice job on this using red. I'm assuming it's red PLA. And then he's got a layer of white right in the center here. So I don't know how long that took him to make, but it might have taken him a little while, actually, changing from red to white and back to red. So that is pretty cool. And you guys don't need to see that. That's Ron's address. You guys don't need to see that. And we're going to send these back to Ron because he did include a self-addressed stamped envelope. And we'll send them back to Ron. And we are going to keep this one. We're going to put it into our collection and start collecting some of these for ourselves as well. Okay, now, I guess I'm being interrupted.
Some people have to go, so we're going to show you this.
Oh, some people have to go. So,
come around there?
Yeah, you come around here. So I have no idea
So we just want to, as a group, me, Jess, Brian, he's been part of the group here, Emilio, kind of get on in on this. We just want to sort of do something a little extra special for you to say how much we appreciate everything you do and some of the crap you put up with and all the fun that we have. Just sort of we just wanted to say thanks.
Well, I appreciate that.
This was printed by 2 different people. I finished it. Emilio Witt has designed it, and so here it is. Plaque on the front there.
Oh my God! It says Richard the Filamentarian.
That's right.
From your TFL team, Jess, Frank, Brian, the modeled and created by Emilio Witt, 2017 to forever. That is amazing, guys. Thank you very, very much. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna actually change cameras here so these guys can get a good look at this. So this is, I got kind of a fat body, but that kind of is representation of me. But my arms aren't that big. But that's okay, I'll take it.
We just put the bulk in different places. That's all.
That's it. That's it. Well, I love how they got my gray hair. That's really good. Thank you very much, guys. I am going to treasure that, and it's going to stay right here in the studio. And once we get some shelves back here, it's going to be a permanent display that won't get moved. Thank you again to my team, my wonderful team who puts up with all my shit. And okay, I just made this not family friendly today, but I kind of recognize that skirt a little bit. I think me and Darkside have the same skirt.
Oh, there's a girl on here who wants to sleep with you now.
Uh-oh. Well, believe me, darling, I don't look like that. But thank you again to all you guys. Thank you very much. Let's, watching this, and he was looking for where Richard was.
She's talking about her dad.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're out. Right.
For you, yeah.
My father-in-law, for anybody that doesn't know, is still in hospital, recovering, and we hope to have him home soon. He's doing much better. For anybody that was that had inquired, thank you again for all of your sentiments and things like that last week. But this is cool. This is too cool. I'm holding on to this. Honey, you don't get to see it unless you come to the studio. Now that I don't know where to go from here.
It was cool because it was a real collaboration. You know, Amelia designed it, and then Brian printed the big parts. Jess printed the base. I painted and printed the plaque. Like
nice.
I painted the whole thing, and then I designed and printed the plaque. So it was a real team effort, like a huge team effort, just to kind of, and we did it within a week.
Emilio, I want the STL for this.
Please.
Please, thank you. I want the STL for this. I see Canadian Maker Project there. There's Ron. Thank you very much again for sending out all of the coins. We are going to get them back to you, with the exception of this one. Now, the one thing I didn't understand is if you sent me the sticker to go with the coin, or am I sending the sticker back? You can just leave a message there in the comments. Daniel Wright, good afternoon. Glad to see you're here. Thank you very much, Daniel. It is good to be back in the chair again. Moving on from, I just keep looking at myself. Moving on from my narcissism, let's talk a little bit about this pile of empty spools in front of me. Do you have a spool problem? Because I sure do. And we end up with spools galore at the end of our printing adventures. And what do you do with them? Well, usually you're forced to take them some kind of recycling and do them that way, but where do you take them? I'm not even sure what kind of plastic it is. I know it's recycled plastic. You can't send these back to the manufacturer, so I don't know what to do with empty spools other than make them into other projects. You know, maybe make a table out of them, who knows. But what I am going to show you is this. Something that Spool3D kind of came to the realization about. And this is the Spool3D reSpool system. I'm just going to pull this off of here so you guys can see exactly how this goes together. Now, the spools, these are only made to fit the Spool3D respools. So this core, this cardboard core, is bigger than the other brand that is on the market today. So if you are a purchaser of Spool3D filament, then you'll want to take a look at the respool stuff. But let's look at the technology behind this a little bit. So what Derek has done, and this is a free STL on the Spool3D website. There is a link to it down in the description below. Again, what do you do with the spools? This way, you've always got just one or two, however many that you want to have in your collection. And some of the nice things, that, let's see if I can go to the upper camera here. I want to show you some of the features of this. So maybe you can see it there. Right here, there's a measurement. 200 millimeters, 100 millimeters, 50, 20, 75 grams, 150, 300, 600. And it's kind of got the traditional little area here to pull your filament through. So, you know, if you want to take it off the roll, you can kind of do that. And the STL on the website is free. So go ahead and if you're a purchaser of Spool3D's filament, I want you to go check this out. And the way that this is done, it screws together. I mean, it's kind of a really neat design. So you got threads on one side, and then you've got the receiver on the other. So when you get your spool, and this spool is kind of, I'm probably going to butcher this spool a little bit. As you put your spool on, and just simply put it together, there's your spool ready to go. Put it on your printer, and it should fit most all the printers that are out there, because I think it's just a little wider than a standard spool. So there, you know, you can tinker with it. It is an STL, again, freely available. Let me show you how they come packaged. Everyone comes in a resealable bag. So you don't have to put them in any other bags when you're not using them. They come in a resealable bag. I'm going to open this one up really quick. Man, I love this design. It's such a cool setup. There we go. And each roll comes quite nicely rolled, in fact. They come quite nicely rolled. And there's a cardboard insert in them. Once you put this on the roll, all you simply got to do is just cut along the cellophane that holds it all onto the spool, and you're ready to rock. And again, inside the bag comes a desiccant pack. So you get a desiccant pack with it. Now, some of the people have asked, well, how come the price isn't cheaper than buying it with a spool? And I'm going to explain why that is. Because the difference in price, these spools cost 25 cents. So it's the material that's on the spool that actually costs the most. So I don't we're selling these, I think, on the website for right around the same price as a regular spool. But it's there for the added convenience of not having a bunch of these around when you're not, you know, hanging around your house or making go-karts out of them. Let's take a look at some questions. Let's open it up for that. Let's see. Never thought I'd say this, but nice bag. Okay, so we had Aid have some foil reusable bags too. AIO, okay.
There's a few you can get offline. They'll have the resealable bags. Gary's stuff has resealable bags. He does his resealable.
Oh, he is now, eh? Okay.
He did when I was buying from him. I don't buy from him anymore though.
Gotcha. I consider Spool3D filament as a premium filament, Brian's saying. Sure, it's a bit more, but I've never had a problem with it versus some other brands. And you know, in all honesty, I've never had a problem with Spool3D filaments either. I consider them myself, even though, you know, I'm here in their building all the time, I consider, even before I did this show, I like their filament, and I figure it's well worth looking at if you haven't gotten any yet. Jim McGregor says, does the bulk have dryer beads inside? Yes, it does. There's a desiccant pack inside of it. So, did I see Don, the German printing nerd, there?
Yep, he's around. He's
okay.
on the channels as far as I can tell.
Alrighty, I'm just trying to go back in the chat here a little bit, see if everybody's just kind of saying hi to everybody else.
Yeah, everybody's saying hi to everybody else. It's like a little
So, yeah, let's, Emilio said he's going to send me my STL. So that's cool. This is friggin' awesome. I love this base too.
Yeah, the base is cool.
This is friggin' awesome. I might actually have to put this out on the floor. Yeah, I think I might have to put it out on the showroom floor.
That sets it off.
Yeah, it is.
We wanted it to be like a Grammy, you know, like a like an award like that, right?
Like an award.
Yeah, that's.
We might have to make this into an award.
We had a lot of discussion about how we were going to present it and how it was going to look, so it's quite the collaboration.
My wife says she's running out of power on her.
I did put the pink lace. If you look under his skirt, he has pink panties.
He does too. I'm looking at my own junk. Now I can officially say I've done it all. I've looked at my own junk. Bring it home so I can see it, Geraldine says. Okay, I will bring it home tonight so you can have a look at it, but it's coming back here tomorrow. Let's see. So now we have a benchmark, Brian's saying. We need competing models for the filamentarium. Yes, there was one sent in by somebody else. Jim McGregor sent one in. It's my head inside a hand, which was kind of neat. I thought that was kind of cool. We are going to print that one out too. But this is definitely an award. I mean, this is awesome.
That's why I put the plaque on it. That was like last minute.
So let's get into some questions. There's been some questions recently about the CRX, which is the new offering, which will be coming to market soon, the new offering from Creality. I do not have one in the studio. We don't even have one in the building. So I'm hoping to get one. I did reach out to Creality and we'll see what they say. Brian says, Frank, you blew it.
Don't pay any attention to that.
Okay. I'm not sure what you blew, but.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Oh, see, I didn't blow it.
He will now.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
All right. Buffering again. Ah, yeah. It does that from time to time. So yeah, the CRX, I watched Joel Telling, the 3D Printing Nerds video on it today. He did a build video last night and uploaded it this morning. He actually did a live stream last night. And there are some things I can see on that machine that need a little tweaking. It does come with a single extruder with dual input. So it's not like it has two separate heads. It is one head that has a dual inlet. So you can have one for one color and one for the other color. It still does have to purge material as it's changing colors. It does have the new big wheels, big black wheels, same ones that are on the Ender 3. It has gone to a ribbon cable now as opposed to their braided cable that they have on the CR10S. It is a touch screen and everything is located at the bottom underneath the heated bed. So those are just some of the things I know about the machine right now. The bed surface is different as well. They have put on their own version of the Ultra Base. This is Creality's offering now to, I guess, combat the glass or combat you using glue stick and all the other kind of nonsense that's out there to do it. Yeah, you need to purge each color, but in your slicer, Brian, Brian's asking, I'll need to purge on each color change. Yes, you will. However, from what I understand is in the G code, you can actually set it up for the different particular different nozzles that you're pulling from, left or right, or inlets. I'm not going to say nozzles, I should say inlets. That's the proper word to use. The head also has dual colors running in a fang-like cooling. It is kind of a fang-like cooling. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Joel didn't really get a good look on his stream last night of the actual head. You can see it from the outside, but I'd like to get underneath and actually have a look under the hood and see what that whole setup really looks like. Here's an interesting thing I found with this, for anybody that owns a CR10, CR10S, or any type of Bowden extruder setup. I do want to let you guys know that I've had some problems recently on my first CR10S, the first one I got, It's been jamming and clogging. And what's happening is, let's see if I can, I'm going to let Frank entertain you for a couple of minutes. I got to go get a couple of quick pieces. Song and dance.
There we go. I don't have to talk so much if I can just show you guys stuff.
Well, you got to switch it. You got to switch the camera. You didn't switch the camera.
Switch it, no.
Well, you can show it again. Go ahead.
That's all right.
Okay.
What'd you do?
Uh-oh.
It's coming unglued.
Uh-oh.
It's very loose on there. I have some tips for Emilio.
I'm coming unglued. Okay, so I'm going to switch to this camera right here. All right. So on a Bowden setup, you have an inlet like this. And what this does, it has little teeth down inside there that when you put in your Bowden tube, it will spring back and grab that Bowden tube so it doesn't move. But what's happening on the CR10 is because it's grabbed there, the CR10 has retraction set up. So what's happening is it's pushing it in and pulling it out. So it's loosening up on that, on the Bowden tube that's going down through it. So there's actually a fix for it. There's these little clips. They're so tiny. You guys, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's like these really, really tiny clips. And what you do is you clip them around there. Just put them on like that. So it'll lock in around. It's like a little locking ring. Put it in around, and now you can't depress the top to move the Bowden tube, which is an ingenious little thing, and I don't know why I never realized that before, but after having a couple of clogs recently and finding out that was the issue, it's just a little clip. And I think you can even print a half a dozen of these if you want, or you can maybe buy them. I'm not sure. I have to check the website to see if they're there, but I don't know if they're on the Spool3D website, but that's all it takes to fix your CR10S or CR10 or any Bowden extruder kind of setup, because eventually they will give way. Yeah, Creality has some issues with their Bowden connectors. Over time they wear out. They're not as springy as some of the aftermarket stuff that you can get, which I think, you know, is a much better way to go. These are replacements, and I like these because they have a much stronger spring on them. So there you go. All right, so let's see if we got any more questions. Maker project, no question there. Edisher, have done the clip first days of my CR10S. Great. So I'm assuming that's, yeah, it's I just realized it, and a light bulb went off in my head last night or yesterday afternoon when I took a look at this, and I was in here and I went, you know what? Those little clips would solve my problem. And my printer right now at home is printing just fine. So there you go. So how long have we been on? Almost a half an hour. Well, a little over half an hour. 34 minutes.
Ben just showed up.
Ben just showed up. Ben Brady. I just want, Ben Brady is a good friend of mine. He's a good friend of the show. He's been a good friend of Cleveland Media Group, even before we were Cleveland Media Group, when we were still Naked 8 Productions. Ben, I just want to say publicly, I'm very sorry for your loss this week. I know that you and your wife, Christy, have had a terrible blow with the passing of one of your dogs, and I just want to say my condolences to you and your family. I'm a big animal lover myself, so everybody just kind of, if you can, just give Ben there a little bit of love. I know what it's like to lose a pet. So German printing nerd, no question, but hurry, my D9 is printing. Hurry, I think he's meaning hurry up, my D9's printing. Or hooray, his D9 is printing. Maybe that's, with a big thanks to Accelerate for the parts. Okay, gotcha. Okie dokie. So if that's all there is today, guys, thank you very much for joining us today and being a part of our family as always. And I look at our group on Facebook and I look at our group on YouTube as part of our family. You know, we try and keep you guys, we welcome everybody, as you know, into our Facebook group. And I try and answer as many questions as I can over on our YouTube channel. I'm working on our Patreon stuff, and it's a big job. It's a much bigger job than I ever thought it was going to be, but it's coming together. So more videos are coming for Patreon very soon. Let's thank some people first and foremost. Thank you to all of my Patreons. New videos are coming soon on the Dark Side project. So I want you guys to know, just bear with me while I get those up. Thank you again to all the Patreons. If you want to become a part of our Patreon and help to support the channel, you can always go to patreon.com/thefirstlayer. We're doing some great stuff over there, and it's all tutorials on painting, and maybe we'll get into some other tutorials as well later on down the line. So maybe some fix-it tutorials, how to fix stuff. If you not into a monthly commitment, that's okay too, because I love you anyway. You can always go ahead and if you feel the need to buy myself a coffee or buy Frank a coffee or Jess a coffee when they're here by going to buymeacoffee.com/thefirstlayer. And we really appreciate everything that the people at Buy Me a Coffee do as well. And lastly, let's thank our friends over at Spool3D.ca. Spool3D, remember that they have everything from filaments to printers to parts and all the accessories you could possibly need for whatever printer. And they are the only Creality service center in Canada. So we have all the parts to fix your Creality 3D printers. So make sure you check that out. So give them some love today by going and checking out their website, and maybe take a look at some of their refillables or reSpool3D over at Spool3D.ca. Print it right, print it with Spool3D. And thanks to Frank, thanks to Jess, thanks to Brian, thanks to Emilio for doing this wonderful piece, or designing and putting it all together. It's really cool. I love it. And I hope to see you guys again on Friday. Friday we got a show coming up. It's our normal recorded show. I will see you live here again next Wednesday. I am going to be off for 2 days at the end of the month, or actually not at the end of the month, but the first Friday and the first Monday in August. We have no shows on those 2 days, so just giving you guys a heads up. But we'll be back on the following Wednesday. So just mark your calendars for that. And until next time, my friends, remember that the first layer is always your foundation to a great print. See you next time.